Hey, it's Mike Henry with Follower of One, and our verse today is Philippians 4:7. And the peace of God, which surpasses all comprehension, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. I wanted to talk about this verse today because we spoke about Colossians 3:15 yesterday, and we talked about the peace of Christ. And the peace of God here that we're talking about is this peace that we experience in the midst of our circumstances. Philippians 4-6 explain how we get this peace. When we're anxious for nothing, but we do everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, we make our requests known to God, we get the peace of God, and that peace surpasses all comprehension, or some translations say it transcends all understanding or comprehension. People cannot understand the peace that we experience. God allows us to go through the same circumstances that everyone else goes through so that we would demonstrate His peace, so that we would demonstrate life with Him. The consequences of the fall are the same for all of us. We all experience life in a world that was not the way it was created because of the fall, the price of sin. But we have a peace in it as followers of Christ that is unexplainable, and that unexplainable peace causes other people to wonder what's going on in our life. Many may even ask. They'll ask you, well, why are you doing this? Why aren't you experiencing the same thing I am? Why do you not have the same anxiety or the same challenges or frustrations? Anxiety and fear show up in the lives of different people different ways. Fear for me shows up as anger. I get angry at situations that I can't tolerate. I haven't been particularly peaceful for the last couple of days, primarily because I'm talking about peace. I believe we have an enemy. So today, and as we go through our day, I want to focus on these two features of peace that are pointed out in Philippians 4:7. It surpasses all comprehension. It's not understandable. Its origin is from God, but it also guards our hearts and our minds in Christ Jesus. The peace of God guards our mind. It sets this fence around our mind, or it sets this protection around our mind. And if we will give our mind to Christ, verse 6 says, if we will give our thoughts to Him through prayer and supplication and thanksgiving, we give those things to Him, then He gives us this peace that transcends all understanding. The peace is part of the package. If you're not experiencing the peace, then let's ask God to show us how we can experience this unexplainable peace, because that peace is part of how He makes Himself known in our workplace. So our peace surpasses all understanding, and it guards our hearts and our minds. If you're not experiencing those two things, examine this passage and ask God to show you how you can demonstrate His peace to others in your circumstances. You may be going through a layoff or some other downsizing or some other challenge in your work situation, and your peace becomes visible to the other people around you. The first time I ever was asked about my faith in the workplace, it was because a company that we were working for was going through a transition. It had been bought out, and one of my coworkers asked me how I could be so calm in this circumstance. I didn't even realize I was that calm, but God was making my peace visible to these other people. I was very absorbed in trying to make sure that I did a good job for the new owners and trying to make sure that what we did was profitable and beneficial to people around us. But I was also looking out for our coworkers and our team. And so this person asked me how I could be so calm in these circumstances. Today's your day. Today, if you trust Christ, you can rest in this peace that He has given you, and it will surpass all comprehension. Pray for your coworkers. Do things to give your life away so that Christ might be visible, and they will see this peace in you, and you will glorify God. Thanks for being a member or follower of One, or thanks for being a missionary in your workplace. Thank you for making a difference in the lives of the people that you work with. Please be sure and review this podcast on Apple Podcasts or on whatever podcast listening platform you use. Give us an honest review and share this with your friends. Thank you very much.